Welcome back, everyone, to the DRMC. My name is Savage Octagon, and we are rolling right along with this tournament. We're about to see John Dat Flindo versus Packy, and here to help me call this action is one of the competitors you just saw, Ook the Librarian. Ook, that was a tough loss.
Yeah, well, you take what you got, and I'll forever be able to say that I at least played one game faster than ACM, and I will hang my hat on that one.
Yeah, you
But
definitely should. That was awesome.
yeah, we've got now two great players. They're going to be going through levels now 8 through 12, and unlike our NES counterpart, this tournament is going to be best of three all the way through because that's a long time to play otherwise. And so they are going to be again doing a best of three levels 8 through 12. And you saw both of these players, facing off a little bit head to head earlier. One of my favorite things about the fact that we play these double games is you get to kind of compare how the players who are going to be facing each other do uh, in a pretty much head to head situation, even before they're actually playing against each other.
hmm Yeah, very cool to see. And I think John did beat Packy in one of those games. So that's going to be this is going to be great to watch, and also we are going to be able to just focus our commentary, not too many
Yeah.
things going on at the same time. It's going to be a pleasant experience, I think.
Yeah, there was a consideration about potentially doing the semifinals in the double format as well, just to kind of
Ooh,
keep things moving along. But these players have gotten this far; they have earned the right to be solo on stream. So that
definitely.
is what we're doing right now. As Packy finishes up with his practice, looks like Flindo is going to be at least getting through this 11, and hopefully just getting through this 11. Yeah, he's taking a look at the stream as well. I don't know if he's listening to us or not. Um, it's more likely to happen, I feel like, in these side events than it is in the main tournament.
To listen to commentary.
Yeah,
I can never, honestly. I've never tried, and I never really want to. All right, we've got a ready from Packy. We're
yep.
waiting on a ready from Flindo.
It was making
Flindo.
setups.
Flindo. Flindo.
Yeah,
Time to
he
time to
is in
play.
our Discord chat, but he does have his ears turned off, so
Mm-hmm.
it is going to be just a second before he realizes, I think, that we're ready for him.
Hello. And he's still setting up. He's
So how
still
about
setting
that?
up.
How about that Mario RPG remake that's coming out?
Well, I have someone in the house who's very excited about that, Mr. Octagon. It is one of his favorite games ever. He used part of the music as his walking down the aisle music at our
Nice.
wedding. Yeah, yeah. Little fun
I
fact for y'all.
Yeah, I taught my wife in walking down to the main theme from Final Fantasy X, so it's uh it's a thing.
Yep. Yep. Uh, Zelda's Lullaby for me.
Ah,
So.
makes sense. Makes
hmm
sense.
hmm
I'd go for that. All right, so Packy enjoying the show here.
Oh,
Oh, this is the fun part of commentary. You never know what's going
oh,
to happen.
we're
And
just, we're just gonna have some words with Flindo. He's ready to go. I wonder what
yeah,
he's seeing. All right.
I don't
All
know.
right, he's out. He's out.
So he's looking at something. Okay, yeah, his game monitor his yeah, whatever. His monitor of the Twitch channel is all the way over to the right. I don't know what he's looking at here, possibly his chat, maybe his timer. I don't know. I don't know what his setup looks like. There's the ready for him.
All right. So now
I mean,
we've got
Flindo is go ahead.
I mean, he was just commentating just 1 minute ago. He had to bring his stream off BRB. He is not, he admitted in the booth he has not practiced these levels. Not surprised, coming into a side tournament like this. You've just gotten off of your gold weekend, and you've been practicing NES. So we got our countdown 3, 2, 1, and pills. So we are ready to go on these 8 to 12. I love these levels, Ook.
Yeah, it's the thought was, hey, why break something that's already in existence? Why overthink things? And hey, by the way, everything's a little bit faster, so wanted to give everybody an opportunity to be seen. And I felt like levels 6 through 9 and 8 through 11, everything, it would have just been a touch too quick.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, we see Packy just storming right through here as he is quite a bit down further on his board, but same number of viruses as Flindo. One of
Ooh,
those
Big T! So sweet for Flindo.
it's deceptive sometimes just how far down somebody can be based
Mm-hmm.
on just where the pills are.
Yeah, Flindo rapidly running out of red, so he's going to want all of the yellow blue that he can get. But notice he's got some good setups, horizontal possibilities once he clears that red out. But Packy, nice horizontal into a vertical, is just going to need a couple of yellows and he'll be out. He's going to get them out at a 112. And Flindo's in the same story, just needs these two yellows out at about a 120, it looks like.
Yep. So, 8 seconds, nothing in a block like this as they get ready into this level 9. Flindo with a lot of good opportunities, and you can see he's laying stuff on top. He's ready to start dropping stuff down. Not, haven't had any reports of the game actually breaking the way the NES one does. So I'm going to assume it doesn't, but, uh, this is. That was a heck of a combo to try to see if he could make it happen.
Mm-hmm. So these two players very close together. Packy is going to need a lot of red. Notice the interesting sort of square shape that he's got going on with the red on his board. Now he's clearing off that top side of it. So starting to open up, but now it's just a story of, hey, a red need turned into a yellow, and so blue being off to the side isn't going to do much for him. So that's going to give Flindo, whose board is just a little bit more diverse, the opportunity to catch up. Ooh, great double red or double yellow for Packy there. But yeah, these two very close together.
Yeah, the only real problem with Flindo's board is
Sorry.
is you're good is the fact that it's all stacked up on this left-hand side. As Packy out at 241. Flindo's signaling a potential fat log if he gets a double red,
Mm,
but at this point, double red is double red. It's going to work on either side. He's out at 252, so about 10 seconds here. Not too different from where they were at the end of level number 8.
hmm Yeah, we saw a nice horizontal from Flindo up the center of the board. Now Packy's got a really nice board that favors straightforward play. He takes a nice look down the board and goes horizontal all the way at the bottom. Very nicely done, but Packy doesn't have a lot of use for blue, Luke.
Yeah, that's the problem that he's got at the top, and honestly, it's the problem Flinto's got right now. He was setting up a horizontal that didn't go through, and as a result, ended up with quite a bit of garbage. Is almost out of that garbage right now, but it is causing him a little bit of a struggle as you see Flindo showing off why he is the captain of the swim team. Um, Almost just a little bit surprised we haven't seen more of that from him during this tournament already.
And for those of you who might not know what that in joke means, a swim, as it's known in the community, is sliding a pill very far to the left or right horizontally and then managing to stack it back vertically just at the right moment. Very challenging to do with the flips. Now, Packy is out of his level 10 at about a 409. Very nicely done. And Flindo's just going to be looking for a lot of yellow to help him get down this board, takes that one horizontally, and he's setting up on his column 8 for having a minimal drop clear. And look at all these setups he's going for.
Yeah, it's a good thing too because Packy is starting to take advantage of, well, just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as Flindo is getting there, but that 445, it's going to put him a bit behind the 8 ball as we get down to the last couple of levels of this block. Packy is definitely in the driver's seat here. Although, again, as we always say, anything can happen here and very often does.
Yeah, so Packy's about 12, 13 viruses ahead of John. And you see not a lot of garbage on Packy's side, so that means that there's not a lot of advanced setups going on, and Packy needs a lot of blue. Notice that other than this yellow up at the top, he's just got only yellow at the bottom, and it's going to be a need of a lot of blue. So, you know, John, who has a little bit more diverse of a board, although as I'm looking at it more carefully, it's a lot of red yellow. It might give him the chance to catch up, but Packy really doing some good work on this board through the middle.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that it's the doctor making up for all of yesterday's commentary, where Flindo just kept commentating terrible boards. Yes, I was there too. No, I'm not going to take responsibility for it while he was here unable to defend himself. And yeah, it looks a lot like some of the boards we were seeing yesterday. But yeah, Packy definitely making some good speed towards the bottom of this board as he is out at a 606.
Hmm.
Jean Det Flindo uh, is running a touch later than that, although he's got some really good opportunities down at the bottom of this board to clear things out horizontally and in groups. And that's really what you want to be able to do as he takes his triple out.
Whew. Packy's had some really great opening moves in his level 12, some really good horizontals, and look him tucking another one with those reds. So he's been able to keep this board pretty diverse. You see John shaking his head as he's out at about 640. Now he's down, his deficit is more than it was before. It's about a 20 virus deficit. So again, as you said, Packy in the driver's seat here, and he's continuing to be very dedicated to his setups, but very flexible. So this game is looking fantastic for Packy.
Yeah, he's got everything that he needs, and honestly, access to all three virus colors, that's going to be helpful for him. He's got horizontals set up. He's got the ability to do multiple virus clears, and yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're John Det Flindo, because it means that Packy's getting everything done to his strengths. But that's why we play more than one game at a time. This is best of three, as Packy with a great tee there that drops
Mm.
everything right where he needs it to go.
Yeah, and he almost has this game in the bag. Now it's a little tough for him. He needs a double red. I think he's going to be waiting for that, but now he's got it. He's manufactured his double red. He's out at a 758, and Flindo managed to close this gap. It was a 20 virus deficit, then down to 10. So that shows you that Flindo was making some great moves in this level 12, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and he's going to finish this out. Don't blame him one bit, especially because there's no points on the line here. This is the way you do things. He's waiting for a red yellow,
Ah,
and I don't blame him one bit for committing to it either. This big drop, and he's out at an 837. So game one goes to Packy, as we're going to try to get everything set back up on the stream here. Uh, Flindo against himself. I think we're going to end up with a tie there if we're not careful.
I don't know. My money's on Flindo, honestly.
Yeah, I think you may be right, but Flindo does have a pretty good chance at that. So
It
yeah, I wouldn't sell him short.
would be amazing if it didn't end in a tie, honestly. We do
Yeah,
have a ready from Packy, but since we're not seeing Packy on stream, we're gonna wait for that just a second.
yeah. As Flindo looking at all the things, and Flindo looking at Flindo looking at all the things. All right, there's Packy Backy. Um, didn't intend for that to rhyme, but then it started and I just kind of went with it.
Yeah, that's all right. Who can blame you? You know, when you got a rhyme or a good pun, like you just gotta roll with it.
Yep. All right, so we did get a ready from Packy earlier, and we do have a double ready from Flindo, so looks like everybody's ready to go. Flindo joking around with us as well.
And we've got our timer, 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, Flindo first one out of the gate, and yep, this is basic NES setups. Uh, let's see, yeah, he gets that combo play in, drops that pill not where he wanted to, I'm pretty sure, but is going to salvage a little bit of it. Although it does erase an opportunity for a horizontal that probably wouldn't have been the best choice anyway.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Packy's board all the way on the left, so we'll see what he does with that.
Yeah, and he is selling out hard for this horizontal at the top of the board. You notice that he has that double yellow in column one, which would have forced a dependency on another double yellow to clear the horizontal that he wanted. So he had to manufacture it. A little bit inefficient, but these two are still tied, so it's not a big deal. But as you said, Ook, having this board so much on the right is pretty difficult in terms of having some locked up pills. Notice that red that's all the way on the right was locked up until just now.
Yeah, and if that's the only virus of a specific color that you've got, it does tend to make things a little more difficult. Packy commits to some horizontals, and he's all right. There makes everything work out at a 121. Flindo out at a 124. So
Mm-hmm.
that 3 second time difference, the only difference between them, um, as they appear out at a virtual tie. But again, Flindo just a few seconds behind.
Ooh, Packy's got a good combo going. Very nice. Drops into both a cross and another vertical. So really nice, followed up by an L, yeah, looking very good. So pulling ahead by about half a dozen viruses on Flindo, who didn't have those kind of elaborate setups available to him at the beginning of the board. But nice vision down the board for Flindo, seeing a horizontal several rows down. And that's what really sets players apart, is their ability to see the whole puzzle.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I be honest though, I don't love Packy's board just because of how spread apart it is. He's twice now in a row has he gotten these kind of wide set boards, and he's doing well with it. That's never going to be in doubt. But uh, just the fact of the matter is, it he could be running these so much faster because of what he's capable of, had they not been just a little bit weird.
Yeah. And Flindo is only about 5 viruses down. Packy is going to finish at this 251, getting that nice horizontal there. And yeah, Flindo's got a lot of combos available. You saw that blue, yellow, and this double yellow is perfect for him. He'll just need one more yellow and he'll be out at a 307. Packy has a nice tuck there to make sure that the drop fell perfectly on the layers below.
So the lead right now, at the start of the level, was about 4 viruses plus some setups. Um, oh man, that was
Nice.
a smart setup from Packy. Very heads up play. Um,
Did leave some garbage, but very cool and just shows you like those are not the things that I necessarily think of doing. And they're just so cool when the numbers add up right and you've counted perfectly. It feels so good.
yeah, counting, not always our strongest suit here, as we can get to 4 most of the time.
Most of the time, sometimes no. But yeah, this is very much tied up again. Um, they're trading back and forth, and it's kind of just depending on who's got more pill halves on the board. They're currently setting up for things. And so these two very, very close. Nice lightning bolt from Flindo in column 7 and 8.
Yeah, that sort of, excuse me, that sort of setup is really propelling him forward, as Flindo does have the virus lead. We'll have to wait and see who gets out of this level first. But It does appear that John Flindo, with all the setups that he's got and the access to all of his viruses, might have just a touch of a lead right here.
Yeah, I definitely think that by board health, that John's looking pretty good. Yes, and it was a good move to make sure that he could do these horizontals. And yeah, he is going to be out at a 448. And yeah, Packy is just waiting on that one more blue. So he's out at a 452. Very, very close. They're back to where they were at the beginning of this game.
Definitely. But look at this top line for Flindo. It is
Uh,
all red.
hey, but really nice combo there. No
Y-
garbage left.
Yeah, and that's just showing off his abilities when it comes to garbage management. That's not easy to see. And Flinda really put a nice set of combos out there, using up every bit that he needed and maintaining just at least maintaining where he was against Packy, although Packy is coming back just a bit.
hmm Yeah, nice combo there. Now, he does have some garbage on column 5, which is slightly unfortunate because the column to the right is also red. But notice he could get that double red, no problem. And so now he's able to bring all of that down. Look at this cascading combo. Very nicely done. Leave some yellow garbage at the bottom of the board, but that is not going to be a problem. Still, Flindo holds a tiny lead over Packy, and these back-to-back double blues, very helpful for him cleaning out his board.
Yeah, one thing that this game will give you that I hate that it's not in the NES version is the little chime that lets you know you'd made a combo. Uh, it's a little thing, but it's nice. It's nice to hear that little rewarding diddle doot 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 to let you know
No,
that
it's triggering. It is triggering for me because it just means that I'm losing very badly at verses.
Flindo out at a 634 and man has a bit of a lead on Packy, who's
hmm
trying to just take care of some business down here at the bottom and not exactly getting what he needs to do so. Uh, that
Yeah, but
double
this is
yellow
good.
perfect for him.
He had a very elaborate setup there to work down to the bottom of the board. So he just needs one more red. But yeah, it was looking more locked up than Flindo's end game was. So very nicely done. Flindo has 43 viruses left. Um, he's going to run out of yellow access pretty soon. But nice horizontal there. He's got a lot of blues to work with. So let's hope he has some setups that are pretty fun for us to watch and commentate on there.
Yeah, and so far the yellow access problem hasn't been an issue as he's getting okay, this is the first well, even this he had an
Oh yeah, he
opportunity to
tucked. That
use.
was good. That was good.
Yeah, but he is quickly running out of places to put yellow that isn't gonna cause any sort of issue. He did have to sacrifice a double there for that one, but he's just trying to maintain his board health, and that's going to be critical at this end game phase as Packy is roaring right on through. He's keeping an eye on the boards as well. Probably has at least an idea that he is running a touch behind, but Packy doesn't like to be behind ever, and we will see what he's going to do about it. And oh man, just make some
Oh,
really
very
good
nice.
plays. Now it's 7-5. I mean, this could go either way, Savage, as Lindo has just needs one more yellow, one more blue to finish this out, gets them in the same
Oh,
place.
yes.
But
Good prioritization. He's out at an 827. And the thing is that even though this virus count was so tight, I think that at that moment, the board really flavored, what am I saying? Favored Flindo because Packy had that arrangement of red viruses that was covering that bottom line in just such a way that it was kind of tough to get around. And he just needs the exact right stuff. But wow, we got a decider for this first semi, so very exciting.
yeah, so all right. This one's for a trip to the finals. And man, oh man, I can't wait to see what happens here. So 8-12, last game between these two. It is Packy. It is Flindo. We've got a ready. We might have two readies. Flindo's just commentating as He poked the bear, as we like to say.
Mhm.
Packy is extra dangerous after a loss. Uh, and Flindo has given us a ready. So it is 3, 2, 1. Super pills here in this decider.
All this talk about flavoring, I kind of now want to make like a Dr. Mario themed popsicle. Like you could get like the SpongeBob popsicle at the um, ice cream truck. Anyway,
One with like a really deformed face or something
yeah,
because
yeah, why not?
that's what they do.
All right,
Um,
wow, I'm really loving the opening moves that Packy's been able to make on this board. Just looking very clean, no garbage whatsoever. This double yellow is awesome, and zero drop with able to place these blue reds on the left hand side.
yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Flindo's board, and it's not been the friendliest board, but so far he has found a use for every pill half yet again. Has had some triples, has had some. He's going to get this fat log there. He's got the opportunities. He's making the most of them, but he's still got some floaty viruses, and could run into that being a bit of an issue as Packy is almost out. Is just
Mm,
waiting for that last bit that he needed.
that was so good. That level was played basically perfectly. Just no hesitation, everything falling in the right place, looking fantastic. And Flindo's out at a 127, so just about 10 viruses back. Um, and looking pretty good, especially because Packy needs a lot of red. So he's got to get that, hope that that comes in just the right order. And hey, just a mini little double red blitz. So you're welcome, Pack.
Those don't exist. Those are
mini,
a myth.
mini. I think it was two in a row. Two in a row.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things to get used to in this game is that the pills that you see early aren't necessarily the same ones you're going to see later in the same way that we have in the NES version. So it's very, very strange to play sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
As we look
Yeah.
over onto Flindo's board, I was just going to say it's stacked a little bit higher, but he's making the right plays, getting the horizontals, getting the doubles, and he's working his way through,
Mm,
but that drop is not what he wanted to see.
yeah, that you could see him hesitating. He wasn't quite sure whether he wanted to flip that blue inside. Um, so we'll see how that goes. He'd love a red blue to fix that mistake. He's going to get it just as Packy is out at about a 242 ish. Um, yeah, so Packy's gonna be looking for how to clear these reds on the top line efficiently. You'd love to see him get like a double red and uh, do some sort of a horizontal, but it looks like Fate is not gonna have that happen. So he's just clearing out pretty straightforward vertical style.
Yeah, but he is getting the undertucks and everything that he needs to really to speed the game up. Out at about a pi seconds, so or a pi, not pi seconds, but 3.14 there, and I like the plans that Flindo set up. Unfortunately, the colors aren't matching, but there's going to be what he needs. Minimal
Mm-hmm.
garbage, but it is a little bit of garbage that he's got to deal with now.
Mm-hmm. A lot of yellow for Packy coming off this board. And, I was looking at it, I was like, oh, the virus count's actually pretty close. But then Packy had a lot of setups going on. Now, this blue sort of weird staircase on the right hand side is going to be a little bit tough to figure out how to prioritize. But it'll open up a lot of great possibilities on the bottom for Packy.
Yeah, he's about a dozen viruses ahead here. But like you said, the setups are not as kind to Packy as they are being to Flindo right now. So there is the opportunity for Flindo to pick this game back up as he is making some good setups here. But
Woo!
now he's very pill dependent as well.
Mm. Packy had a really nice long scoot to the right in a place to make a really good prioritization, and he's out at about a 433. So a nice solid lead over Flindo. This is kind of looking like the first game of this match. Um, oh, nice tee right off the board from Packy on his level 11.
Yeah, that's the sort of plays that he wants to see. As Flindo is down to his last viruses in this level 10, but definitely behind the eight ball as he's going to try to set up a horizontal. Um, okay, well, he sets it up down one layer lower than I expected him to, but he got the right pieces to do so. He's going to be out at a 513.
Let's see. Nice opportunity for Packy there. He opened up the left-hand side of the board. Now he's got to really work on the right. You see, he's got a staircase just as he had in the last level. It's now yellow instead of blue. But notice he's got great things to work with on that side. So it's looking really good. I think he's gonna probably try to de-sandwich, and the double blues come just at the right time for that. So things are looking really good for Packy to close out this level 11.
Yeah, and he's getting. Oh, he even had a yellow red that if he'd needed it could have worked to combo that at the very end. Didn't need it. Now he is out about a half level ahead of John Dat Flindo. So things are looking dire for Flindo's future in this tournament, but nothing's impossible until the doctor's pumping his arm there at the end of the last level.
Yeah, but I mean, wow, this is going so smoothly for Packy. Now, Flindo, beautiful tuck into column 4 there. Now he's gonna squeeze those blues in between. I think maybe he can even squeeze out a horizontal with the yellow. Opts not to. I think that's pretty safe choice. Pretty good. But now just needs yellows and reds. But Packy storming through this level 12.
Yeah, that's to be expected as Flindo gets that yellow and is out here to 655, and now it is a race to the end of level 12.
You see him give the thumbs up because he knows what is likely to happen here, and I do say likely, but looks like yeah, this is going really really well for Packy. Would love a double yellow for him, and he gets it. Nice L yeah into a drop combo, and everything falls perfectly. So yeah, this is closing out very nicely for Pack.
And I've already, just from watching this, figured out some things that I want to try in my own
Mm-hmm.
game, even my NES game. So this is great play from Packy. 731. Some schmucks can't even get out of levels 6 through 10 in that time. So Packy takes game number 3, takes the decider. He will go on to our finals where he will play the winner of our next matchup, which is going to be Dawn versus ACM. So stick around and we'll be right back with that here on the DRMC.
And welcome back to the DRMC. We are in our June 2023 SNES side event. My name is Larva12. I'm joined in the booth by John Dat Flindo. John, how you doing?
Larva, I'm doing all right. When you play Packy, you don't expect to win. So I'm just happy to have made it this far and get to call this next match with you.
Yeah, you were able to take one off of him. That's really impressive.
Yeah. But we in this next match we have our number 2 seed ACMLM versus the number 3 seed Don Vineyard. This is going to be a heck of a match. Two really good, skilled players at the game. Yeah, I'm excited to call this match.
Yes. It's the Battle of Canada and Canada A.
Boo.
As Swung put in.
Boo.
So we have readies for both of our players and our countdown 3, 2, 1 pills.
All right, looking at both boards here, they've both had a bit of a red issue to work with, but Don has started to work through it. He does have this one blue virus here in his column 5 that he's going to take out right now, and that's going to open him up to continue to work on the rest of these reds. Looking at AC's side, his board is starting to maybe look a little bit split. He's going to want to be careful about that column 4 and 5, not to clear it out too early, or he's going to be potentially dealing with some drop time larva.
Yeah, he does have column 3 doesn't have anything in it at all. And actually he doesn't have any viruses in row 1 at all. I don't think he ever did. So he does want to watch out for that, but on the other side, it does give him a little bit of a place to put any trash that he needs, any just completely, useless pills, anything like that he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's done a really great job of managing this effectively. Dawn is down to just 2 more blues, going to need a few more blue halves. And he's going to be out of here at sub 130 at a 127. AC not far behind at a 129. We are virtually tied here, folks.
Now, looking at ACMLM's board up here at first, there's no access to yellow for a while, and I think that's potentially going to be a real pain point for him. He's gonna have to figure out what he wants to do should he need those, and should he not get the red and the blue that he needs. Whereas Dawn has a severely split board that's still very high.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's a very floaty board for Dawn, and he's only got 2, now 1 yellow virus remaining. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out for him as he takes a huge drop time there. I'm not sure, do we know the rate of drop time for this version? Is it still that quarter of a
No,
second?
I don't think so. I asked ACMLM in chat earlier because I thought, you know what, he's going to be the person to ask. He's going to know. And he said he figured it out a while ago, but can't remember, which also tells me that it's different than
Yeah.
it is for NES. ACMLM is out into level 10. Nice flat top line. Aside from a somewhat lack of blue, doing pretty well. And he has been able to keep that open. Dawn is going to be out at a 302.
Yeah, Dawn was in desperate need of a red yellow. Ooh, and an immediate misdrop. The first pill. That's definitely not what he wanted to see. Trying to figure out what he's gonna do to clear this up. It looks like he may be working on a red horizontal. He may be working on a couple red horizontals. Actually, not really sure what the plan is. Looks like his best course of action was just going to be to clear that out and then drop the red yellow down. So he's got it cleaned up, and 25 irises remaining to AC's 10.
Yeah, Dawn does have a lot of his blues are very buried. He doesn't have a lot of them, and they're a little bit hard to get to. So we'll see what he's able to do. He is kind of stacking, kind of how more what we would see in NES style of play. So we'll see what he does with that. But AC's out at a 407. ACMLM's out at a 407 into our lovely cut screen and then into level 11.
Yes, and meanwhile, Dawn down to 11 viruses left to go. Speaking of 11, now 9. This board. It's interesting. He had the opportunity for a fat T, and I'm glad he didn't go for it because it definitely would not have been the right decision. But now he's just needing reds and blues. This little mini red surge, which you don't actually get in this version, I believe, but it helps him out. He's out at a 459, and as we get a lovely picture of our blue virus.
The blue virus, I believe, has a name. It is called Chill.
It is.
The red one is called Fever, and the yellow one is called Weird because, yes.
Oh, because you get a fever and you get the chills, and then you feel weird. I think that actually is the explanation.
I just knew that the yellow one was weird. The other two kind of fit what you would think based on the names of the songs. I think that Don might have had a misstep at one point. I thought I saw him shaking his head as though he wasn't happy with something that had happened, and he also has no access to red.
Yeah,
So
the reds that he's got are just buried towards the bottom half of his board. Meanwhile, AC just trucking right along here, looking to get a little bit more of yellow help. He does have one red virus remaining at the bottom of his board, which he now has open, and he is free and clear here. I would love to see. Oh, never mind. He tucks it underneath. I was fixing to say I'd like to see a blue yellow for him, but he doesn't need it, and he gets the last blue out at a 620 into his final level.
I actually, minus the blue for him, I do like his top line because he can make so many doubles. He can do so much with his viruses that he has.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Dawn setting up some horizontals for his in game. Yeah, he's going to end up taking both of these vertically. Not quite going to get out sub 7. He's going to get out right at 7 minutes, which is a decent time. But when you're up against AC, every second counts.
Yeah, that's and watch this big old T from ACMLM right there. I could see him setting it up, and there were a couple of times where he's you could see him a couple of times every once in a while. He's not quite sure what he wants to do. I don't know if that is he is deciding between several things that can happen, or if he's more like, I don't know what to do, and I'm trying to think of something. I'm not sure why he put that double red there. Yeah, I think that was a misplay. But he has already cleared that up. Just being super fast. He's waiting on one yellow. He's gonna be out at a 758.
758. Blazing time, yet not the fastest we've seen today. Packy had, what, a 732 or something like that earlier?
I think so. I'm very bad with actually keeping up with things like that. So, our restreamer Dave might know. Somebody in chat might know. Help us out.
I mean, either way, it's still a really fast time by AC.
True. Extremely quick. Trying to do packy strats. I do like this end game from Dawn. That was very nice. He's added an 842 with almost no garbage on his board at all.
Yeah, that was a great combo by Dawn to basically end out his level. But AC does take the first game. We'll see, is he able to put Dawn away and join Packy in the finals? And is Dawn able to bring this game to a decider? This next match will decide. Now we have it ready from AC and ready from Dawn. And our 3, 2, 1 Super Pills!
As you can see, both players playing on medium speed with different music choices. I like that setup from ACMLM. I thought he was going to do something like that, but I couldn't see what his next pills were. And being from the NES version, sometimes those things can really just throw you for a loop when they don't do what you want them to do. Wow. What would you consider? Did you watch what ACMLM did? It was a super swim, sort of.
Yeah, where did it go across like a couple different rows?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't exactly sure what
Yep.
happened, but man, he's got a lot of reds. While
Yeah.
Dawn here has a little more diverse board. However, he has more viruses left on his board, and AC getting through all the reds out at a 111, which is really freaking fast.
Yeah. It is mind-boggling seeing how fast he can play. I don't think he wanted to put that double yellow there, but he is able to clear it out with another double yellow. As we've said earlier, this game is very friendly with doubles in a way that the NES version is not.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're a little more common. They're not as frequent as I would like them to be, but it is a little bit safer to go for those plays that involve double pills in this game. As we see AC down to 14 viruses remaining, already 2 minutes into his level block, making some really nice plays. I like that drill down to drop the red down. Now he has options. He can either take the long horizontal or he can take the one horizontal that he just did, which I think is the better play because it's going to allow him to use that red over there to do some other stuff with the blues.
Mm-hmm. And I like some of the setups that Don has. He was prioritizing the yellow that he's just now getting rid of, um, while also getting everything ready to drop down um, for a combo. So I really like how he did that. He's going to be out at a 240 into level 10.
And AC's board is a bit concerning here towards the top. You see all this red that he's got there in the center.
Mm-hmm.
He had the potential to maybe clear it out horizontally, but that huge gap there in his column 4 was really just not allowing that to happen. So he's had to make other plays to advance this board, and he's done a really good job of it.
Yeah. At one point, that double red that's all the way down at the bottom. I think he had originally wanted um, to use that, but just the way that his board was just in its natural state was not allowing him to use it. So I think it just kind of went to the wayside.
Yeah, but look at Don. He's brought this back. We're virtually tied right now. He's got a lot of yellows that he's having to work through. And as we've noted earlier, yellow seems to be the one pill in the SNES version that doesn't want to show up. We're gonna see who's gonna get out of this level first. AC with a nice drop combo there. He just needs 2 more reds. He gets out first at a 402. Dawn not far behind, just needing 1 more yellow. Now 8-second difference between our players. What a level 10 by Dawn.
Mm-hmm. It's a great level from him. And I do like, again, how he can do a lot of setups here on the top of his board. Um, I know he wants to take those yellows horizontally.
There it
That
is.
double yellow will do it. Perfect. And then ACMLM doesn't have as many reds available as I potentially would want him to have. But again, he can work through almost everything. He is prioritizing those yellows. Um, there we go. He's gonna combo after combo, sweet tea. Every single kind of combo you can want as a Dr. Mario fan, he is providing.
Yeah, AC's done a great job with this level 11. It looked a little dicey at first, but he's just, proving why he's one of the best in this game as he's down to 5 viruses remaining. Dawn with a lot of red and a lot of blue that he's trying to work through. Looks like he definitely wants to take this blue horizontal, which again, I say it is a little bit more okay to go for those types of plays where you need the double pill, but it's not foolproof. And right now it's taken longer than he would have liked to get it. He finally does get it, and it sets up another nice little drop combo. But AC already in his final level and already down to 32 viruses larva.
Yeah, I think with Dawn in that, he might have been a little hamstrung, with the fact that he also had a horizontal, or I think it was a sweet tea setup underneath that also needed blue. So it was a blue setup on top of a blue setup. So I think that's kind of what was making that combo take a little bit longer, was trying to get around all of those things.
Yeah, and AC down to just 12 now. What a 12 this has been for him too. And it's been a
But he needs a
fantastic
lot of
level for him.
red.
He does need a lot of red. And the doctor finally gives him one and then says, yellow and blues are your friends now.
And you can
Oh.
see, he is prioritizing the yellow. Now he doesn't need to. He just needs the 2 reds to be out. And he's going to be out at a 7:09.
7:09, which is the fastest time we've seen in this block today. Holy cow. What a game by AC. And, props to Don, too. He's played a great game. But what do you do against that time? There's nothing you can do against a time like that.
Zero. You can't do anything. It's our hot time strats that we always talk about. There is nothing you can do. It is, you say GG's, and if you have the opportunity to play another round, another match against that person, you shake it off. And if not, it's just kind of, GG's.
Yep. Don gonna go ahead and finish this one out. No, nice couple double reds.
Nice.
And gets out at an 8:06, 8:07. So GG's to both our players. I'm really excited for this next match. We've got ACMLM versus Packy. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You do not want to miss it. Stay tuned. This is the Dr. Mario Championship SNES side tournament.
And we're back with the finals to the DRMC SNES side tournament. Welcome in. I am Mook the Librarian, and joining me is Savage Octagon, who has been helping us call this whole tournament. And Savage, we have got ACM versus Packy, and I did some looking while I was off stream, and I think this is Packy's first finals in this side event. So I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but this is going to be, I believe, his first chance to come in and try to win this one against ACM.
Very exciting. I was secretly hoping for this match. Packy is so dominant in the NES style, and I just kind of wanted to see what he could do in this NES tournament. He's been doing very well so far. And of course, AC is just amazing to watch. And so this is going to be a great one.
Yeah, he actually won our first tournament back August of last year. I'd have to look back and see if I can figure it out. But yeah, he won the first tournament, was unable to compete in the one we held back in February. So this is, he's still undefeated in any SNES tournament that we've had on this channel. So, Packy's going to see if he can't change that, but it's a tall order for both of these players to beat the other one.
Very exciting. And we have our countdown already. 3, 2, 1. Super pills.
Super pills. All right, we've moved on to levels 11 through 15. And again, unlike our NES tournament, this one is going to be a best of 3, as both players are starting off with some solid boards. ACM not getting the blue help that, or the not having the access to blue that he would like, given the pills that he is seeing. But so far, so good, as Packy is digging his way pretty deeply in here, looking at about a 5 virus lead. and I don't see ACM's timer, so I'm not sure who is actually ahead here.
They did start it at just about the same time. Now you see Packy dropping into that horizontal with the yellow. I think he had a competing setup going on at some point, and that yellow garbage is a little bit unfortunate there. I don't think it needed to happen. And so that's blocking up his board with that red and yellow that is going to give AC the opportunity to start clearing out this board. And notice clearing out that right hand side, just that's the only blue that's exposed right now. But if you look down the board, I think we got some pretty cool D-sandwich opportunities, tucking in between, getting a horizontal here. Very nicely done.
And that combo from Packy, very smart, as he is now set up for a horizontal double on those yellows,
Hmm.
finds another horizontal, and is going to be out pretty soon. But ACM out at a 139. Packy going to be joining him very soon, as soon as he gets another one blue, and he'll be out at a 148.
Very nicely done. Now you see AC going to work on this level 12, waiting for that double yellow. It comes just at the right time. He gets a horizontal, opens that up. Now he is building a little bit of a funnel situation. The sides are high and the center is getting a little bit low. That is potentially going to cause some drop time, but he's got a great build for the center of the board. Look at this Ook. Is he going to use
I
this double
see it.
red?
Of course he is.
Yes! Woohoo! I love it. He's
And yeah, he's setting up to use another double red. If he gets one, he doesn't and decides to go ahead. He had the opportunity to pull a triple there, but he has salvaged a little bit of red access so that that didn't have to turn into a garbage situation. And oh, just a casual double horizontal, no big deal.
NBT, whatever. These two players extremely close together. Packy actually just taking a tiny bit of a lead, and trying to take this board down. Now, of course, there's nothing in the center of this board, and I'm really glad that Packy saw not to wreck that potential blue horizontal at the bottom of the board. He has another blue horizontal. Would love to see a blue yellow for Packy. Um, and he just needs a lot of red right now, but he's looking very good so far.
Yeah, ACM has been a little bit hamstrung on his setups by needing just certain pills that haven't been showing up for him. He is finally getting them and is down towards the bottom of his board, but Packy already out at a 323, ACM out at a 326. So just a couple of seconds difference between these two as they go into the third level of this 11 through 15.
Mm-hmm. And very nice end game there from AC and good opening pills to start this. He's got a lot of red blue on his top line, but able to clear it off perfectly. And the pills just showing up for him. It's looking really good. Just lots of double opportunities, very straightforward. Is he going to take this T? Yes, he is. Very nicely done.
On Packy's side, he's got a lot of red on this top line, but overall, it's working out for him just fine. It didn't really cause any problems, and he's already worked his way through most of it. Um, it's a lot of blocks of color in the middle and bottom of this board, but overall, Packy not going to have any real problems with it. He is maintaining just a very slim virus lead, and I love what I see coming from him. He is having to decide when. Oh, that was pretty. Very last second figured out where he could use that the double yellow and had the setup everything that he needs, and now he's set up for a double yellow on that bottom. It's a bit of a stretch, but there he is taking it out.
Mm. And AC had a really great patient combo waiting for quite some time with some yellows, and it's helped him. The board looks quite empty, although the virus count is slightly in Packy's favor. I think AC is going to go for this long horizontal with the yellows and this double yellow, perfect for that. Now he's just going to need blue, as Packy does, to clear up. But Packy gets that double blue, two in a row to get a T, and then down in column one, and he's out first at about a 522. Although, actually, sorry, based on the time differential, those two out at the same time. This is a tie, Ook. This is exactly what we want to see.
Oh, absolutely. So this is, we're still got 2 levels left, and that is very important to both players. But right now I think I got to give a slight advantage to Packy. But anything can really happen here. But ACM, as you see, doesn't have any access to red on this top line,
Mm.
barely any access to blue. The doctor is not playing on his side right now, although the setups that he's getting, he's managing to find ways to work this out, and things should be working a little more in his favor as he gets to this mid board.
Yeah, but Packy's and as you say that, Packy's board has been very favorable and he's been doing some good stuff with it. Aside from those reds there in column 5, he's been playing this game relatively garbage free, relatively drop time free. So, and he's been getting the stuff that enables him to do that. So, very nice, clean and open board. Good combo with columns 7 and 8, and now 2 and 3. Nice, easy double verticals. But I'm really curious about this setup going on AC's side. Ook, what do you think? Is he going to get the pills for this?
Oh, I mean, it's SNES, so of course he's going to get the pills for it. It's just a matter of when. And will it matter? Because Packy is already at the bottom of this level number 14. He is free and clear with this double. He has access to both of his viruses and is going to be out of here in is 707 with a 20 plus virus lead. That is insane against one of the best players in the game.
Yeah, and you saw that AC was waiting for that double yellow for quite some time. And when it fell, just amazing combo. Everything falling perfectly. Exactly what you want to see from the pill halves that you have all over the board. But yeah, it did leave him at a deficit to Packy, those pills just not cooperating. And so now he's got 6 left to go. Everything very straightforward. But it's gonna take some drop time here with each clear.
Yeah, definitely attack the magpie here. He's looking for the shiny combo, and it slowed him down a little bit, out at a 753. So Packy firmly in the driver's seat as ACM has a really nice board, honestly. The way
Mm-hmm.
everything is lining up for him, I'm envious already. But you can see Packy already halfway down his own board with setups already built. But look at all that yellow. He is making the right setups for it, but man, oh man, I would not want to be facing this much yellow, knowing I'm playing against one of the best.
Yeah, exactly. And, he can try to be patient and wait for the double yellow. He's got this horizontal plan in the center, but it's just not a great idea. And but still he's got so much of a lead on AC that it doesn't really matter at this moment. He's got time to play with. And so nice combo down the right hand side of the board there with that yellow and red. I think he's still looking to get these blues horizontally. And oh, that drop that he made on top of column 5 made that double blue unusable, but still he is just cruising through this level 15.
Yeah, I think he's going to go ahead and do the blues horizontally anyway. And yeah, 2 more yellows and it's over. Well, 3 more
Mhm.
yellows. There's one, and there's the last one. Packy out at a 917. We have no idea what's good in this level block because we don't play this tournament very often. But I have to imagine that is what it looks like.
I would say so. I think that was pretty good. Um, nice horizontal from AC, finishing this out. Now, he's got a little bit of a competing plan there. I was worried he was going to get a blue yellow and try to drop it down. But there we go. He's going to be cleaning out and trying to take out that blue or that yellow horizontally at the end, and he gets the open setup. So just under 10 minutes, 9:51, AC is out, but Packy gets game 1 in these finals.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. Um, that was a very seesaw sort of game. We had good boards from both players, and then yeah, in the end, Packy just really nailed it down. So, all right, we've got another game incoming. Let's see if it's going to be a decider, as a lot of our chat is predicting, or if Packy's going to win this one in two, and that would Yeah, I would be surprised. I'm not going to call a single game, but I would be surprised if this one doesn't go all the way because these two are just that good.
And we have our countdown 3, 2, 1 super pills. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't know if ACM has that kind of lore, the poking the bear kind of situation. But if he does, I'd be excited to see that.
Yeah, it's very possible. We've seen him just smash through this tournament. I think this is the most challenge that he's been given ever in previous versions of this tournament. I believe the only other one he played, he won quite handily. So this is this
Woo!
is a lot of fun.
That was a really great swim from AC. Wow. Sliding and turning that vertical a way that I did not expect him to do. Yeah, so currently though, Pack in a little bit of the lead there. Um, got some red on the top line. Doesn't use the double reds to make a cross, but it doesn't, again, we're not going to get punished too hard in this version of the game. So we'll see what's going on there. But as I was talking, AC takes the lead with 12 to 15 viruses. And yeah, I'm looking at Packy's plans. And I don't love how much yellow is on this top line, but as I say that, he's clearing it out.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to knock it out as we get a D sandwich here from ACM to finish up this board. He's going to be out at right at a 130, but Packy just needing some blue to finish this out. And I will say one of the advantages ACM's got is Packy out at a 141 is that this is the version he plays almost exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that all the things that aren't instinctive to the NES players are things that he is more than accustomed to. So it's a bit of an advantage that he's got there. And yeah, you can see it sometimes like that tuck that you were talking about, or that swim that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that he just knows he can do. And whereas the rest of us are just kind of trying to test the waters.
Mm-hmm. But look at this, Ook. As we were talking, Packy has tied this back up with some amazing plays at the beginning of this board. I mean, just so smooth. Like the plans were so clear. He was able to make them. Nice double horizontal there or vertical there near the center of the board. Like just fantastic. And they're going to trade this lead back and forth, I think. I'm curious to see what happens with that drop there for Packy. Very nicely done. Look at that adding.
And gets exactly what he needs to finish it.
Yes, that's so good.
And now he's got to decide which double do I want on these yellows. Goes for the horizontal, um, and then could have actually just done a vertical on that blue and then had the yellow taken care of vertically as well. But ACM out at about a 305, so he does have the lead coming out of 12. Packy right behind him at a 314. So again, like you said, these two are just trading the lead back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, good opening moves from AC here. Now, there's no yellow open on this board. He's just starting to open up on the right-hand side, but as soon as he will open it up, if he clears that red with a red-yellow, yellow's going to be gone again. So he's going to be using any yellow pill has to minimize drop time to create combos on other needed viruses. So good. Opening up that yellow again is AC. And then, of course, it's disappeared. So his only option to get those through is something with a horizontal. But sweet, sweet tea for AC as he barrels down this board.
And on Packy's side, he had a very floaty board to start with. Has managed to drill it all down with as little drop time as possible. And that has really been saying something because that was a difficult thing to do. You can see he's got this opportunity on the right-hand side where he could have laid a red yellow down, and the only problem was drop time. And he said, you know what? Don't want that. Don't need that. Just going to keep on trucking in this direction. And I believe that dropping or reducing his drop time has gotten him back into a tie. All well, now it's
Mm.
now he is behind again as ACM out of this level. but yeah,
Ace
it's kept the game close.
Yeah, AC just gave a masterclass in prioritization and making sure that you had options open. He had a setup for a T that then looked like S-Packy out at a 458 that looked like it wasn't going to happen, but he had kept that whole thing open the whole time. So it just looked really fantastic. So now Packy into this level 14, looking really good here. Got some good setups, has a good double blue opening there with the horizontal. Very nice options, but he's going to need some yellow. Let's give it to him. Nice double yellow, just at the right moment, opening up that left-hand side.
Yeah, ACM is struggling with lack of access to blue. He does open some up right here. Earlier made a wonderful combo move with some red yellows that didn't look. He thought about it for an extra second, and it was worthwhile for him to do so because what he ended up setting down dropped into a second combo just right before our eyes, and it was a great play. He is in a virtual tie with Packy, who is gonna need everything but red to finish out this board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since both of them have some stuff high up on that board, I can't say anything necessarily about their board health. But yeah, both of them tied right now. Nice move from AC. He's got a good opening for things to do with this blue in column 2. He tucks underneath, and he's got a good horizontal opportunity with these reds. It will drop some stuff down, but makes a nice sideways T, and wow, he is going to be out at about a 632. Really nice work from AC there.
Packy's down to just this last red virus. He was struggling, needing some yellow. He's out at a 646, and we are on to our final level. Packy with just a little bit behind. His ACM is doing the same thing. It's a little bit below, a little bit behind at the mid level, but then really pulls it away with some stellar end game, and that's just great play from him.
And yeah, there was a little bit of hesitation near the opening. Very nice horizontal. I like that from AC. But now all the garbage that he was hesitating about is clear. Very nicely done. Nice long horizontal from AC down the center of the board. He's got to figure out how to prioritize red as best as possible. Looks like he's setting up for a nice cross and a beautiful combo there by AC. But Packy only about 4 viruses behind at the moment. Um, and he's got his board very free from garbage. Now, there's going to be a lot of awesome double opportunities farther down on Packy's board.
Yeah, I think he's hoping for this, exactly that. That's what he
Mm-hmm.
wanted. Um, I think he's hoping to build as much horizontal and multi clears as he can because he's got to know this is going to be a close one, and in fact it is. Although ACM now with a 10 virus
Mm-hmm.
lead, he is looking to put this one away and get into a decider coming up. That is that's going to depend on how these setups go. As Packy has some good setups, gets some nice clears here, but is it going to be
Oh,
enough?
that's a
It is
beautiful
not.
setup. It feels so good when you can make a nice setup and you know that it's going to clear every single thing on your board once that piece triggers. It's such a good feeling. Oh, but look at Packy. He could do all these blues.
Yep, does in fact, as he's out at an 852. So GG's to both players on that one. Again, yeah, this was the back and forth. This is like watching classic Packy Dimwit. Those games are that's exactly what this reminds me of.
Yeah, exact same thing. This is the Dr. Mario I signed up for. Exactly.
Yeah, so we're just gonna see what happens here. It's gonna be everything. It's all down to this: 5 levels, all the marbles, bragging rights for the next few months until we manage to pull this down again. We've got it ready from Packy, and we get our ready from ACM. You're going to be
And
ready to go ahead.
remember, if you want to join us, please join our Discord and look up all that you need to join our tournaments. We love to have players come in, and we have weekly races so you can get your chops, and it's a really good group of people. So please come on in, ask questions, and we'll get you started, pointed on your way to become a champion.
Absolutely. So with both players readied up, it is 3, 2, 1. Super pills for one last time.
All right.
All right. Very similar boards, honestly. There's just not a lot of problems with color diversity. Um, and yeah, these are just they're going to tear right through them. So it's not even worth talking about the boards, I feel like.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got some really nice combos from AC here. Notice as soon as he gets a red, he's gonna have, oh, this double red, very nice. Clears out, makes room for the clear on column 6. So things coming right down. But again, these two are tied. It's about 25-26. I mean, they're just trading back and forth, so no lead basically to speak of. But nice horizontal there for Packy with those yellows, and opens up another one. Good prioritization.
yeah. That has been a bit of a game changer for both players. Is figuring out which color you're going to need the most and getting those prioritized because it's different. It's different from what we're accustomed to in other versions of the game. And uh, they've both found ways of clearing out exactly what they need because we're getting problems with each color every board. It seems like is ACM out at 128, Packy out at a 133. So 5 seconds right now.
AC's endgame was so good there. He was setting up for a fat log. He got it, which left the bottom of his board open for a horizontal. Just, chef's kiss, textbook work. If we wanted to show someone a video of how this game should be played, that would be the video. But Packy only 4 viruses behind, and he's got a lot of spaces that are open. Not a lot of blue, unfortunately, but notice he's got a good setup. He would be really hoping for a, yes, double yellow to get this cross and clear out column 2.
Yeah, and ACM kind of avoiding getting a horizontal. He's hoping for a yellow red in order to it was going to be to help out with some horizontals. I wonder if he's still going to do it. He is still going to set things up that way. And if there's a single flaw in his game style, I think it is that while he is extremely patient, he is very regularly finding himself waiting for very specific pills. And I don't know if that is the right thing to do in a speed setup or not.
Mm. Yeah, and Packy opening up options. He takes that drop time, but is managing to clear those yellows out at the bottom. We'll see how he prioritizes. He's going to want a red blue to prioritize that plan. He gets it. He's just going to need 2 reds, one for the horizontal, one for the vertical, but AC out at a 305, Packy out at a 308. So I think he's narrowed this a little bit.
Yeah, he's made up about 3 seconds as he finishes up that level 12. So I don't have much to say about these boards as far as health. Packy's is a little sloped is the only thing I really
Mm-hmm.
am worried about. But double pills and a good red yellow would be just extremely nice to help him get through it. And of course, by the time I can say it, it's already done.
Right, of course. And actually, Packy is about 6 viruses ahead of ACMLM right now um, in this opening board. I was looking at Packy's board for the beginning. Nice combo for AC there, and getting a couple of double reds in just a right order. A good horizontal to help clear out some of that column 8. And notice that tuck in column 8 underneath. That whole thing is clear now. So if there's anything that ACMLM decides he doesn't want, unlikely at this point, but he can just throw it into that column 8. Very little use for yellow, but this board looks awesome, ripe with possibilities like this one, the vertical into the horizontal.
Yeah, with Packy's board, it's stacked up on the edges, but you can see he's already knocked out a horizontal. He's got opportunities on both sides. Looks like he is going to try to stack up a horizontal there as ACM out at a 442. Packy already got everything desandwiched, so now he's just ready for that. And he's lost a little bit of time again, but out at a 458. So about 16 seconds now separating these two as we get into level 14.
Mhm. Very nice opening for AC. Now he does need to open up some colors other than yellow. He gets that red opened up, very nicely done. And notice he's setting up that horizontal with the reds, but he is going to be in that situation where every time he clears a red or he opens up one, he's going to be clearing it. He's going to need a lot of yellow to get through this, but of course, RNG providing because this is SNES. I'm shocked. But yeah, things going pretty well for AC at the moment. Packy about 15 viruses back now.
Yeah, Packy had some plans for a horizontal at the top of his board that really didn't pan out. And he's kind of paying the price for it at the moment. Although, he's Packy. He bounces back and he bounces back hard and fast. But right now, that is the real advantage for ACM is the time that Packy has given him, plus, his own just being incredible at this game. So yeah, ACM definitely firmly in the driver's seat as he gets ready to finish up this level 14 and will shortly be in his final level, level 15.
Mm. Yeah, AC setting up for a horizontal on the bottom row with the yellow, and then, um, he can wait for the blues. He's gonna have this nice L, yeah, on the left-hand side, and he's just set up perfectly. He's out at a 630. Packy has narrowed the gap though a little considerably. At one point he was 15 viruses back, now he's only 7 viruses back, but it looks like his setup is gonna require him to take some drop time. He is pretty locked up. So we'll see what he does with that.
Yeah, he does take the drop time, but it's only about 4 pieces. Not sure about that double
Ooh,
blue there.
no,
In fact,
I
pretty
don't.
sure not about that double blue there. But he does get everything that he needs to get out of this, but it's going to be about 30 seconds back.
And that is not the kind of time that you want to give to ACMLM. Proving that that world record is still very much the world record skill, very much still alive here. Lots of blue here on the top row for AC. Looking very good though. Lots of good opportunities to clear it out, and there's so many doubles underneath. I love this board.
Yeah, everything's coming up ACM right now. But look, as we look on Packy's side, he's got a very diverse board, and everything is nice and clean. Let's see, he decides not to go for any of these tucks that are possible on the SNES. Uh, don't necessarily blame him for that. It would be a wrong tuck would be catastrophic here, but he is going to have to make up some time because ACM already down below 10 viruses and looking
Mhm.
very hard at trying to get yet another championship in this tournament.
Yeah, it's looking really good for AC. Red yellow would be perfect for him, actually, but any kind of red is going to be good. He opens up this horizontal in row 1, and now everything really straightforward. He gets to choose his own adventure here, and he is going to be out at an 828. And with that, ACMLM is our SNES champion.
Yeah, so GG's to Packy, who put up one heck of a fight. I will have to check previous tournament records if I can find them and see. That may have been the only game that ACM has dropped, um, like lifetime in a tournament. And if so, then mad props to Packy for pulling that one off. But yeah, ACM is your June 2023 side event SNES champion. Call it what you want. He did a great job. And GG's to both players.
Yeah, GG's amazing job. Ook, do you have anything to say about this tournament before we sign off?
I mean, thank you to all the players and to everybody who's out here watching. If you like this, please check our Discord. Please come see what else we've got going on. We would love to have anybody who wants to join us.
Thank you so much on behalf of the team here. Everyone, please give Ook tons of hype in the chat. He put this together. He made it happen. We've got Larva making the graphics look good, and of course, as always, our amazing restreamer, the Dave, making it all happen. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and until we see you again, take your vitamins.